Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams, settled at just over 5,000 feet, and we have a game that will live up to the altitude. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Bobcats will get us started with the opening kickoff. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Offense getting set for first down. Give to the running back. At the 35, he's open. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
You cannot let that happen defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And the Rams have moved it inside the 20. Dropping back, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Moves away as he feels pressure. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it fly deep downfield.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. It is good! And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. And the pass hits, picked off.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll go to the counter. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He's going to pass. Buys a little extra time. He'll throw it. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Colorado State 3, Texas State 0.
This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Colorado State.
Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. No problem for the offense there. They just took care of business.
When you practice these situations nowadays, you know you're going to go for it on 4th most of the time. 4th and 1, you feel very confident. You're ready to rock and roll, and they get the first down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. It's now 3rd.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Might be looking to run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado State. Sometimes you're hesitant to use your quarterback as a runner. Not when your quarterback runs like this.
You dang right. I'm going to use him. I'm going to use him early and often. The dude can run so well. He can make you miss. Do you worry about him getting dinged up throughout a game? Sure, but when you can do things like that, it makes your offense so much stronger.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Looking to throw, it's McLeod. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. I mean, again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that's a really good job by the defense reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make him earn it now in the next down.
And this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
To the air, it's McLeod. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. He's looking to throw. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Getting some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Texas State.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to pass, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. It's a draw. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. The Rams have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Colorado State 10, Texas State 7.
And the Rams will kick it off to start the second half.
Set to kick off.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what of our plan of action is now moving.
Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab on the left side. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Colorado State 10.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Looking for a man. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Steps away to find some room. Gonna try to get it himself. And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They're working that left side. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. They're trying to get to him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to throw on third down. Using the quick game. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
First down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Texas State 14, Colorado State.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They're going to throw it again. Buying some time. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
On the move, it's Morrow. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
To the air, it's Fowler Nicolosi. He finds his man, and he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on him, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this. And be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Quarterback checking off. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. The 30. Past the 20. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
Headed to the end zone.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the defense in desperation mode, trying to hang on to give their team a chance. And they swarm him under. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. Looking for the end zone on 2nd and goal. Running toward the goal line, and it's a fumble! And what a fortuitous turn of events to get that football back. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. Give him 6. Touchdown, Texas State.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll throw it on 1st down. On the run, still looking. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires on the move. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
And after that 2-point try, we've got a 3-point game. And how about the pressure on the kicker now? You've got to come out with seconds to go, execute a perfect onside kick, and then in all likelihood, you're going to have to kick a bomb through the uprights with tons of pressure to force this thing to OT.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? The But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to two very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on, keep working on them, keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistent.
So that's Pollock. I'm Reese David.